Tony Young had a nice rebound right at the side. He just put it up way too hard, and then Cogley with a couple of tips that wouldn't fall after Miller's initial miss, and still no score. And Watertown into the front court. Jesse Steiner leave it out front with it. Rusty Remmers. Remmers out between the circles. Takes it back left-hand side. Jesse Steiner on the wing. Again, their leading scorer, 16 a game. He goes free throw line, leaves it behind for the three. Remmers, no good off the left side, but the rebound to Watertown. Chad Struckman underneath now, and here's Feldheim will score. Good pass by Struckman, and Feldheim, the 6'4 senior, makes it 2-0 Watertown. Minute and a half in. Kuiper into the front court for the Colonels. Will set up out front. Spins on the dribble, goes right side, leaves it for Tony Young on the wing. Young now back to Kippis out front. They'll go left-hand side with it. Kuiper with the basketball. Kuiper looking for Miller, has him. Miller goes to the free throw line, double team, leans in with a shot, no good off the glass, hits the rebound up and in. And that's what Mike Miller did so much of in Watertown. Once he got underneath the basket, they could not stay with it.
Well, once he spin moved to the lane, 3 arrows were all over him.
Rusty Remmers up top now for Watertown in a 2-2 game. They go inside the lane. Feldheim fakes. Second time goes up way short over the top of Miller. Cogley on the rebound. Lead pass Kuiper now to Kippis side of the lane. Kippis will drop it back for Young on the wing, and the Colonels will set up the offense now. Looked like they might have had to break. Good job by the Arrows to get back quickly. Miller working the point out front. Fake the three. Gives the ball up to Young on his left side. Now Kuiper back to Miller. Again faking the three. Goes in the lane, hanging in the air. Shot short. Miller on the rebound. Up and in again. 4 points for Miller, and I know that's going to be bothersome for Thomas. But here's a great pass down the floor. Struckman driving. Ball knocked away by Miller. No foul call. There was there. And Mitchell maybe got away with the Colonels back up the floor. Miller to the free throw line. Again up the lane. Left-handed finger roll. No good. Rebound again up and in. Just like a man among boys out there.
He just dominates. Right now he's doing an outstanding job of following his shot.
Yep.
He knows it's coming off, and he gets his own rebound and scores.
Just kind of like throw the shot up and go get it because they can't keep him off the board. 6-2 Mitchell. And that's what Gary Thomas talked about. He said they did a bad job of that in Watertown. Same thing going here. Long shot right side. No good. Put up by Struckman. Cogley with a long rebound. We'll give it to Kuiper. And now into the hands of Miller. He'll walk it up into the front court.
Now switch to a zone.
See if it's a straight up. It looks like it is a 2-1-2.
Yep,
Maybe they'd be following Miller around, but not going to be the case. Miller out on the point. Miller's going to take the three from straight on. This is short. Hard rebound comes out. It's going to go out of bounds at the scoring table and off of the Colonels. So it'll be Watertown's ball at half court. 6-2 Colonels, 4:28 to go here in the first quarter of play. And I don't think Gary Munson was real happy about that shot. I think he wanted a little work on offense there, moving the ball around, looking for a good shot. Rusty Remmers with the inbounds pass, brings it up on Kuiper. Remmers looking right-hand side. Steiner out in three-point range. Kippis on him. Steiner still with the basketball right in front of the Colonel bench. Gets a screen now. Comes to the top, to the free throw line. Leans away with a jumper. Can't get it. Rebound Miller. Miller wants to lead the charge down the floor, but Watertown's got 4 guys back. Miller pulling up, and he wanted that three. The trigger was there, but then he pulled it in. I think maybe you remember the last time he took that three down the floor and thought better of it. Leaves it for Young out front. Now to Miller. Back to Young left-hand side. Young with a shot from 14 won't go. Kippis gets a hard rebound out in the corner. Keeps it alive for the Colonels. They'll clear it back out to Miller out front. Fast-moving first quarter here. No fouls, no stops in play. Kippis out to Miller. Left-hand corner, Kuiper. Down to 3:35 already. Here's Kippis free throw line. No shot. Kuiper left wing. 12-footer. In and out. No good. Halfway down, popped out lower on the rebound. He'll leave it up for Feldheim. Feldheim running the floor. Pass left side. Whoa, looked like a travel on Steiner, but no call. Back in the lane. Feldheim gets Miller in the air. Puts it up. No good. Gary Thomas is steamed. He wanted a foul on Miller. Slams his foot on the floor in front of the Watertown bench, but no foul called, and Miller comes away with a block and the ball. That's twice he thought there should have been one inside.
Feldheim twice has gone up against Mike Miller and used a nice left hand, but the ball didn't go in. Watertown 1 for 8 here to start the game.
Pass inside. Cogley double team. They knock it loose on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball and Watertown's basketball. Mitchell not getting a whole lot accomplished offensively. If you look at our points, it's all off the missed shots, and Mike Miller just banging inside.
Watertown 1 for 8. The Colonels 3 for 13.
6-2 still the score. This is not the kind of ball game we saw up in Watertown. That one was flying up and down the floor. And now Miller's going to knock the ball away from Feldheim again inside. Watertown turns it over for the second time. Miller will bring it up, and he's going to play the point again against the zone. To Young left side. Kuiper in the corner. Now to Kippis, back outside of Miller. The reverse it right side. Young spins for three. Got it. Nice shot. Tony Young. Good quick release. Nails the three. And it's 9-2. The Colonels here with the early lead. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Rusty Remmers, the 5'9" senior, will leave it deeper in the corner. Struckman out and out underneath. Feldheim again. Kicks it out. Struckman for the three right side. That's short. Rebound opposite side to Lohr. Into the lane. Ball knocked loose out of bounds. Watertown's basketball. Ernie Kuiper, I believe, the last one to touch it as he was going after the loose ball. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Mitchell. Leads it 9-2. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Basket after using the quick timeout here. Ball comes into Feldheim, way away from the basket. Now Struckman and again to Remmers. He's right outside the three-point line, right side, into the corner. Chad Lohr with it. And right back to Remmers it goes again. Colonels man-to-man, straight up. Now Steiner comes out, gets it on the right wing. To Feldheim. Here's a three from straight on. It will not go, but they get the rebound back. Good job inside by Rusty Remmers, and then stolen away. Kuiper picks it away. Here comes Miller. Back to Kuiper. He'll drive. He's fouled and almost got it to go in. Kuiper will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Nice 3-on-2 break coming down the floor for the Colonels. Bowen, Watertown, 1 of 10 to start out the ball game from the field. And Gary Thomas is going to make a couple of changes here. Chad Rohde, a 5'10 senior, will come in. And also in number 40, 6'2 sophomore Tom Brewster. Both played quite a bit against Mitchell up at Watertown. In fact, Brewster had 6 points. Rohde had 4 points in that game. Here's Ernie Kuiper at the line, 75% shooter on the year. First one is up and good. Kuiper now 28 of 37 from the free throw line.
Surprise on the offensive end for Watertown, Tim. Really, it looks like a lot of just post-up defense down on the block, and then wants to just kick it back out for a three. They really not seem to have gotten in their offense much here in the first half.
Kuiper will make both free throws. Yeah, we saw him putting up a lot of shots up at Watertown. It's 11-2 Colonels. A minute 35 to go in the first quarter. Out front, Steiner. Left-hand side, Chad Rohde. Rohde has it knocked away by Kuiper. Another steal. That's 2 in a row for Ernie. This time, no fast break. He'll hold it up out front. Good defense, though. Zone defense again by the Arrows. Miller playing the left corner. They get him the ball. Now brings it back out front. Kuiper to Kippis. Young going to spin for another three. This one too strong. Rebound. Kippis up. That one won't go. And now a foul called on Cogley. Went over the back. Boy, we have got some good rebound baskets, but we have missed a ton of rebound baskets as well.
Well, Scott Hilly points out here in the first quarter, we've out-rebounded Watertown 13-6 in the first quarter, and a bunch of those have been on the offensive end. And we just have not connected other than Miller's three there to start the game.
Couple of subs in. Dexter Nas has come in for Tom Cogley, who just picked up his second foul, and T.J. Sudbeck, the 6'2 junior, is in the lineup for Tony Young. Here's Struckman now, penetrating the lane, kicks it out on the right-hand side. Brewster, no shot. Back to Struckman, it comes out front. Bounce pass into Feldheim in the lane. He won't challenge Miller this time. Again, out to Struckman. 52 seconds to go in the quarter. Watertown with 2 points on the board here in the first quarter. Jesse Steiner now comes up the right side. Off balance, feeds it into Feldheim. Rejected by Mike Miller. Here come the Colonels on the run. Lead pass to Kippis. Takes it in, has it knocked out of his hands. Comes off the board to Miller. Scores, and is fouled. Count the basket by Mike Miller, and he'll go to the line as well. Colonel's got a break on that one as Kippis took it to the basket. The ball was nicely knocked out of his hands, but it went high off the glass and right into the hands of Mike Miller, who was trailing on the play. Foul is going to go on Tom Brewster, his first, and Miller looking for his 9th point already here in the first quarter. Shot is up, and it is good. Miller 75% on the year. That was his 130th free throw already of the year, and it's 14-2 Mitchell. With 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Chad Rohde out front to Chad Struckman. This is an 11-4 ball club here, folks, that has scored 2 points in the first quarter. This is not a typical Watertown performance at all. Feldheim at the free throw line. Leaves it back outside. Brewster, 11, 10. Now left-hand side. With it there is Rohde. Leaves it back out. They got to hurry. Struckman with 5, 4. He's still way out on the floor. 2 seconds. 1. Feldheim. He cannot get off a shot at the end of the quarter. Watertown just not the team that we... Back to the Corn Palace. We'll update some other scores here for you in just a little bit when we get an opportunity. Colonel's underway with the start of the second quarter. Well, that 14-2 lead. Ball comes cross-court. Kippis against the zone. He'll leave it behind for Sudbeck, right side. Sudbeck to the baseline. Open momentarily, didn't take the shot. Now Mike Miller comes to get it. Back to the Kippis high post. Kippis one dribble, puts it up off the back, no good. Miller flying through there on the rebound, doesn't get it this time. And Jesse Steiner comes out on the run. Steiner will push it to Struckman. Down low, Feldheim. Turn around, again no good. Ball's tipped loose and Kippis will pick it up. They just cannot hit a shot.
1 for 12 here in the ball game are the Arrows.
My goodness. Into the second quarter.
Colonels are 5 of 20 from the field.
Here's Kuiper out front. Kippis. Now Sudbeck, 15-footer, good right wing. T.J. Sudbeck has his first basket of the ball game. Long pass down the floor. Rohde underneath. Feldheim fouled this time by Mike Miller, and there was no question about that one. He got Feldheim good across the arms. First foul on Miller. Let me update some scores, and they're all early, all late in the first quarter. Pier leading Yankton 9-5. Brandon Valley leading Brookings. That's good for Watertown, 11-7. And Huron was out in front on Aberdeen, 11-9, all late in the first quarter. We're ahead of most of the folks here with this ball game. Feldheim's free throw is up and good. So all still pretty close, but Huron, Brandon, Pier had leads in the first quarters. Feldheim, the 6'4 senior, with the second shot, and this one off the left side. Rebound tipped around, and finally Sudbeck goes to get it in the corner. So a 16-3 lead for the Colonels, 6:50 in the first half. Sudbeck, left side, to leave him alone in three-point range. And now he gets it back to Kuiper, and Ernie motioning for everybody to move a little bit here against the zone. Now Sudbeck's going to take the long one right side. It won't go. Foul on the rebound. Dexter Nas going to be called reaching in.
Looks like that time, Tim, it was a box and one on Mike Miller. Chad Rohde all over Mike Miller at the free throw line area, just kind of following him wherever he went.
Kuiper shot. That's why he was calling for the motion. They have a couple of set offenses they run against a box and one, and he wanted to get into it, but I don't think everybody on the floor recognized at that time. Chad Struckman holding the ball out front here between the circles for the Arrows. Ball comes kind of off his leg. Kuiper dives on the floor. Struckman goes back to get it right at the 10-second line. Almost a steal there by Kuiper. Struckman still with it. Pass inside of the lane. Steiner back it in on Kippis. No shot. Out to Struckman. He penetrates the lane, and it's swatted away from behind by Sudbeck. Colonels have played excellent defense. I know Watertown is shooting terribly. This isn't like them, but still, Colonels have come up with steals, 4 steals, blocked 2 or 3 shots already, too.
And the thing about it, it's great team defense. Where they communicate with each other on the floor at all times.
Struckman, right side, fakes the 3, steps in one dribble, pops the 2-pointer, will not go again. Rebound Sudbeck, he'll leave it for Kuiper. Kuiper pushing it up the middle, comes right to the top with it, now stops and backs up, see if we're still in the box and one. Looks like it. Chad Rohde on Mike Miller, man-to-man, everybody else playing the zone. In the corner, Kuiper underneath the Kippis, and Kippis is grabbed on the arm. It'll be out of bounds underneath for the Colonels. And team foul, that will be just number 3 against Watertown. Colonels have 4 in the ball game. Foul is the second on Brewster. Colonels throw it in. Kuiper out front to Sudbeck, trying to set up Miller. They get it to him in the corner, but no shot. They'll give it right back up to T.J. Sudbeck out front. Colonels get set on the offensive set. Right-hand side, Kuiper in the corner. Sudbeck looks inside. Nobody there. Back out to Kuiper. Trying to get it in the hands of Miller. Now they lob it up. Miller's got it out front. Kuiper will run against the zone. Gets it in the corner. Looking inside for Kippis. Can't get it to him. Miller again. And this is the set offense. They run against this box and one. And there's a pass into the lane. Just deflected as it came into Nas. Good play by Steiner. Could see the little opening, and Kuiper tried to drill it up the middle of the lane. Couldn't get it done as Steiner knocked it away. And now here comes Matt Culhane into the Colonels lineup, the sophomore, who the Colonels brought up for some outside shooting ability here, and this is about the time, again, that you could use that. We'll see how Matt fares tonight. He played a little bit, just briefly, in the game at Brookings on Tuesday. Here's the inbounds pass, or I should say last week. Inbounds pass, Kippis out front to Culhane, and now Nas in the right-hand corner. 3 minutes gone, quarter number 2, still 16-3 Mitchell. Been kind of a strange game here. T.J. Sudbeck out front. Now they try and run Culhane into the corner. Can't get him the ball. It comes to Miller out front. And Sudbeck will go through. They get it to Sudbeck, right-hand side. Nas trying to post up. Nothing there. Now they reverse the ball. Culhane winds up with it. Back to Sudbeck. And there's 3 players right on his side of the floor. Sudbeck getting some pressure. Now they knock it away from behind. Good play by Rusty Remmers to knock the ball loose. Remmers brings it up right-hand side, driving the baseline, slips it in toward the lane. Can't hold it cleanly, and they have to get it back to Remmers. In the ballgame, Vance Newman, number 52, a 6'6 sophomore for Watertown, playing down at the low post. Ball right-hand side, Brewster off a pick. No shot, gives it back to Steiner, right side, and now we got something away from the ball. It's going to be against the Colonels. Fighting through the screen, and
J.J.
Kippis, okay. Kippis will pick up his first. And here comes Tom Cogley back in the Colonel lineup. And Kippis is going to come out. So we got Nas and Cogley and Miller and Colhane and Sudbeck on the floor. A little different combination here than we're used to seeing. Out front, Rohde. And into the hands of Remmers. Remmers to the free throw line. Jumper up. Rolls off the front. No good. Rebound, Watertown up and in. Steiner finally gets it to go. Well, they went over a quarter and a half, scoring just 3 points. Now 5. So 16-5 Colonels with 3:40 to play in the first half of play. Miller to Colhane in the corner. Colhane up the baseline, double teamed, whistle, and got him on the arm. I think they're going to say Steiner reached in from behind. No shots. 4th team foul on the Arrows. It will be underneath for the Colonels. Dexter Nas will play it in. Extremely fast-moving first half. As we said, no real stoppage in play, only 1 timeout. Now the Colonels throw it in, and it goes off of Sudbeck and out of bounds. Nas threw it in. Sudbeck was trying to go set a pick, didn't see the pass come.
Well, the Colonels have not really attacked the box and one very well here this second quarter.
Absolutely not. There's a lob pass down underneath with the basketball, and having it taken away from him is Vance Newman. 5 turnovers against Watertown. Well, we said Colonels are playing great defense.
Well, Matt Colhane that time with the steal off of Newman.
Helping out underneath. Colhane with it in the corner. Pass comes into Cogley, trying to muscle his way to the baseline. Can't. Out to Colhane in the corner. He's pinched in now, needs somewhere to go. He finds the open man, Sudbeck, free throw line. Back to Colhane, 3, left corner, and it's good. Well, that's why he's in there, and he got her to go down. Matt Colhane with a 3-pointer, and it's 19-5. 2:52 to go in this first half of play. Chad Rohde out front to Steiner in the left-hand corner. Steiner, free throw line, cut off there, comes back out front. Remmers with it. I can't believe this is the same team we saw.
Yeah.
It's like they're in slow motion. I'm talking Watertown compared to what we saw when we played them up there. I mean, they were just running, gunning, and were in the flow tonight. They just cannot seem to get started offensively. Steiner, jumper off the mark, left side of the lane, right to the hands of Mike Miller, and the Colonels will bring it back again. 2:14 to go in the half. Colhane left side, leaves it for Nas in the corner. Cross court, Sudbeck, but the defense is there. Remmers on him. Sudbeck back to Colhane, and right again to TJ. He'll bring it out front in between the circles. Now Miller with it. Free throw line jumper, leans in, short. Rebound, Cogley had it. They knock it out of his hands, and it hit the baseline. It'll still be Colonel basketball. Ball knocked loose that time by Tom Brewster. And now back in the ball game, Chad Struckman and Dan Feldheim for the Arrows. As the Colonels will throw it in from underneath, Miller will toss it in with 1:55 to go in the half. Miller lobs it out front to Cogley. Cogley back to Miller, right-hand side, working way out on three-point land. Pass goes left-hand wing. Colhane cross court. Sudbeck to the free throw line, cut off, back to Colhane. Another look at a long one. This one just wouldn't go. Miller on the tip in, and Gary Thomas is really upset that Miller didn't get a foul for pushing off that time. Boom. He is hot. 11 points for Mike Miller. Feldheim in the lane against Miller, and Miller's going to get the foul, and Feldheim's going to get the basket. Nice fake there by Dan Feldheim. Gave him a couple of head fakes. Second time, he got Miller hanging in the air and then ducked underneath him and got the bucket to go. So Feldheim will go to the free throw line looking for the three-point play.
Well, what Mike Miller does most of the time, because of his height, he just stands behind his player. Feldheim that time got Miller up off his feet, and when you do that, you've got him in your hip pocket, and give Feldheim credit. Miller had picked up his second personal. Now will sit out the rest of the minute and 27 seconds.
Yep, good move. Well, the Colonels have Cogley and Miller with 2 apiece now. Free throw is good by Feldheim. 6 points, 6 out of the 8. The only other basket belongs to Steiner. Sudbeck backcourt pressure. Long pass too far. threw it away, intending it for Dexter Nas down the floor. He had Dexter there, but the pass just sailed too high. Colonels turn it over for the 6th time. There's not been that many turnovers either way. 21-8 is the score. A minute 15 to go in the first half, and here are the arrows now. As Steve said, Mike Miller on the bench. We'll see if they'll try and go inside.
Well, you got Cogley on Feldheim down low, and Feldheim with Cogley's got 2 fouls. He's got to be careful.
Remmers to Struckman, up the right baseline, bangs into Nas. Offensive foul is going to be called. Good defense by Dexter as he slid to the baseline, cut it off. And team foul number 5, so no free throws as yet. Colonels will have it in their backcourt exactly 1 minute to go before halftime. Full court press by the Arrows, zone press. Young pinched in, cross court to Culhane, into the front court to Sudbeck. A floater of a pass, but it worked. And now Young setting up out front, still the 2-1-2 zone. No box and one with Miller on the bench. And Gary Munson wants him to go for one. See if Watertown will come out of the zone and match up man-to-man. And they're going to reach in on Culhane as he's on the dribble right-hand side. So the next one, we will be in the bonus. Foul will be called on Rusty Remmers. His first, 6 fouls either way now. So bonus both sides. Colonels throw it in with 35 ticks on the clock. We'll update other ESD scores. We'll update some wrestling for you here at halftime as well. Left-hand side, Sudbeck. Out front, Cogley. Clock ticking, 22, 21 seconds. Young starts a drive, leaves it for Nas up top. Back to Tony Young. 16, 15. Now Sudbeck to Nas. Left-hand side at 12, 11. Culhane out front. Right side, Sudbeck, 8, 7. See if the Colonels can get a good one off. Here's Young. Leaves it back for Sudbeck. 3-2 from the free throw line. Nope, won't go. Jump ball, buzzer sound. As we go to the locker room in kind of a 2 minutes gone, third quarter. Again, Struckman in the right-hand corner with it. Kippis on him defensively. Gets the screen. Nice little pick and roll, but they travel with it. Well, they executed it perfectly. Struckman to Chad Lower, rolled to the basket, got the pass, but shuffled the feet.
Yeah. So Mike Miller coming over to defend and help out. It's nice to see Tony Young had 2 threes, really just square up and shoot the ball off the dribble.
Tony had a good game against Watertown earlier this year, had 15 points in that one. Kuiper will set it up out front. Same box and one in the lane. Kippis turns. He'll hit the 8-footer. Well, now the Colonels got everybody chipping in some points. And the lead is out to 18 at 28-10. Down low, here's Feldheim again against Miller. Takes him to the block, twisting, turning, no shot. Remmers from the corner for 3, and he nails it. Rusty Remmers' first basket of the ball game. 28-13. Kuiper at the center jump circle. Brings it up on Remmers. Looking left side, comes back right side. There's Kippis with the ball on the three-point line. Now to Young up top, around to Kuiper. Left-hand corner, Miller with it. Again, he'll just leave it for Kuiper. And now Cogley just outside the free side. Out front, Kuiper to the free throw line. Pass knocked away and stolen. And now off of Kuiper's leg out of bounds at side court. Ernie up the middle of the lane. Tried to slide a pass down low, but too many purple jerseys there that time. So the Colonels turn it over. We haven't had very many. That's our 7th of the ball game. As a matter of fact, that's the same as Watertown, 7. Chad Lower up top, right-hand side, Steiner. Steiner drives, gets inside the paint, stops, puts up the jumper. No good. Young on the rebound. Good move by Steiner. Couldn't finish off the jumper. 4.5 left in the third quarter, and Miller will now come out front with it and walk it into the front courts. Miller gives it up to Young, still way, way out on the floor. Now left-hand side, Kuiper with it. Back to Tony Young. And a foul called as they work that left side. Will be against Watertown. On the hold, and Colonel's ball underneath. They're going to call Steiner for his 3rd foul of the game. And I correct myself, it'll be Colonel's ball at side court. Kuiper to inbound. Bounce pass to Young. Underneath, Miller's got position, goes up, misses it, tips his own miss shot up and in. 13 points for Mike Miller. Makes it 30-13. Halfway through the third quarter. Remmers up top at the points. Looking for some help now. Throws it cross court over to Struckman. Guarded by Kippis. And back out to Remmers out front. Mitchell has played outstanding man-to-man defense. Steiner now with a good move. And he snakes his way up the right side of the lane. Miller came over but too late on the block. And Steiner has 6 points. 30-15 ball game. Miller out front. Bounce pass left corner, Kuiper into Kippis in the lane. They're on him tight. Goes to Young. Young right down the middle, lays it up and good. Good move to the basket by Tony Young. Put it in with the left hand. He's got 8 points. Now Kuiper knocking it away, but it's going to go out of bounds as he went to the floor. Knocked it away from Remmers. It'll still be Watertown ball, and we got a change coming in. Tom Brewster, 6'2 sophomore, will check in for the Arrows. He'll replace Steiner, who picked up that third foul here just a little bit ago. 32-15. Mitchell in control here. Here's a long one, a three left side, good. Tom Brewster, 6'2 sophomore. Got in the lineup. Says, give me the ball, and he pops her home. 32-18. They haven't put the score on the board. And there's still one short. Now Miller underneath, missing a short one, puts it back up and in. 34. I believe they're a point short for Watertown here. Struckman into the lane. He's going to be called for the travel, and now they do put the point up.
How many times tonight we've seen Mike Miller miss his first shot, know that it's short, come back, get the offensive rebound, and score at least 4 times here in the game.
If you look at his shooting percentage, it's probably not very good at all.
Nope.
But yet he's got 15 points. Miller now to the free throw line, behind the back, all the way to the basket, misses it, tips it once, gets it again, puts it up, no good, and now Cogley taking a shove from behind as he goes up to get the rebound. Miller comes away shaking his head and looking at his hands, saying, how can I be missing all these shots? But just dominating underneath the basket.
Well, a nice move out front, behind the back for the 6'8 Mike Miller, but just he missed a couple shots. Cogley again on the offensive rebound.
Struckman is going to pick up the foul. That will be his third of the game. Now here's Young driving left baseline. Another great drive by Tony Young.
I don't know what it is about Tony Young in Watertown, but really on the offensive end, a force.
Yes, he is indeed. That's 10 points now for Young. Feldheim working against Kippis, I think, took the knee there by J.J. And that'll be foul number 2 on Kippis. We're down to 2:22 to go in the third. 36-18. The Colonels. First team foul on Mitchell. Watertown has 3 here in the quarter. Remmers inside. Feldheim takes it underneath the basket. Oh, but he stepped on the baseline. Tried to go in for the reverse layup. Used the hoop as a screen, but the foot just hit the baseline underneath. Nothing going right for the Arrows here tonight. Number 5 ranked in the state. 11-4 coming in. Young and Miller right side. Now Cogley comes out to get it out near the points. Cogley looking inside the lane. Can't find anybody there. Kippis comes to get the basketball. Miller trying to post up now underneath. Kippis still with it. Lobs it back out on the floor to Kuiper. Out near the 10-second line. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Now to Miller again. Way out on the floor. Miller working against Struckman. He'll pop the 3, and he's got it. Well, that's the first long one of the night for Miller. 18 points now for him. 39-18. This ball game does not appear to have any signs of getting closer than this. Feldheim in the lane, trying to go up on Miller. Bad pass underneath. He had no shot. Miller timed it perfectly. Threw it right into the hands of Tony Young. And back will come Miller with a basketball. Right side of the lane. Top shot, leaning in. Can't get the roll. And a foul on the rebound that's going to go against the Colonels underneath. And it will be Watertown's basketball. With 1:14 to go in the third quarter. Miller forced that shot a little bit. Had guys hanging on him. And Coach Gary Munson saying something to him. I'm sure just that.
Yep.
In the backcourt, Chad Lohr will have it. This is the quietest big crowd you're ever going to see in your life. And it's just been kind of that kind of game. Here's Remmers, free throw line, short. Rebound tipped around. Cogley finally picks up the loose ball. 1 minute to play in the third. Miller will bring it up. Working one-on-one. Struckman. 51 seconds to go in the quarter. Now Young in the left-hand corner. Zips a pass to Kippis. He traveled with it. I think J.J. was a little unsure whether he should just turn and pop that shot, and then decided, no, I'm going to put the ball on the floor, and traveled with it. Here comes T.J. Sudbeck in the lineup. And Mike Miller is going to get his first rest of the ball game. Well, no, he had one when he got that second foul late in the half. 18 points. He'll go to the bench here for the final seconds of the third. Right side, Brewster lobs down low to Feldheim. Working on Cogley. Gets him up in the air and then ducks underneath, puts it in. And timeout, Watertown. So Feldheim with a basket. 8 points. Watertown calling.
For great savings and great selections day.
Well, timeout by Gary Thomas late here in the third quarter. Just 33 seconds to play, and the Colonels bring it up, and Mike Miller back in the lineup here to play these final seconds, and has the ball knocked away, and then we're going to get a foul. Which way? Against the Colonels, apparently. They're going after the loose ball. Miller's pass tipped, and it'll be on Ernie Kuiper. So Watertown will get it back. Second foul on Kuiper in the ball game. And 20 seconds, down by 19 points are the Arrows. Struckman way out on the floor, 13, 12, left corner, Brewster. Back out front, Feldheim, 8 seconds, 7, Feldheim to the free throw line, back to Brewster, and Young knocks it out of his hands and out of bounds. 4.4 seconds to go. Watertown will have the ball down deep in the right-hand corner. Rusty Remmers will throw it in. See what kind of shot they can get off here. Comes to Struckman. He's got to hurry. 3-2. Struckman will let it go. Blocked by Young right at the buzzer. Nice job by Tony Young. At the end of battle of the number 4 and 5 teams in the state. Well, here we go with the fourth quarter. We're going to update a couple of scores from the ESD here when we get a stoppage in play as the Colonels take it to start the fourth. Kuiper to Sudbeck, and now we've got something away from the ball underneath the basket, and this is going to go against Mitchell. It must be Cogley down low.
Tom Cogley for an illegal pick.
Well, here's a couple of scores for you. Going in the fourth quarter, Brandon Valley 45, Brookings 34. And also Aberdeen leads Huron 34-30. So Brandon up by 11. Aberdeen up on Huron by 4. And we'll get a Yankton Pierce score here at our next break. Those going into the fourth period as we are here. Remmers out front in between the circles. Goes to the high post. Chad Lower back to the basket. Now turns, faces the hoop. Cogley on him. Gives it back up to Remmers as he comes by out front. Feldheim right side. Takes it inside the paint. Working on Miller. Whistle. Foul going to be called on Miller. Banged him with the hip as he went through. And Feldheim will go to the line for a couple. Third foul on Skinny. And the first for the Colonels to pick up 3 fouls.
Cogley also has 3.
Now, check that. Cogley with 3. 2 for Kuiper. 2 for Kiffis. For Watertown, Steiner has 3, and Struckman has 3. Feldheim's free throw good, 9 points for Dan. Averaging right at about 12 points per ball game. The 6'4 senior had 14 against Mitchell in the first meeting of the year. So he has played pretty consistently against the Colonels. Second shot on the way is also good. 39-22 now, Mitchell here. Just underway with the fourth quarter. Full court pressure by the Arrows, a zone press. Kuiper middle of the floor to Sudbeck. Sudbeck brings it across, gives it back to Kuiper. Now pass underneath. Young breaking, scores. Good look by Ernie Kuiper. Excellent pass. And Young now has 12 points in the game. Kuiper was out near half court when he fired that pass underneath. Here's Brewster in the left-hand corner for the Arrows. Bounce pass down low. Feldheim against Miller. 3 fakes. Miller won't leave his feet. And then Sudbeck knocks the pass away to Young. Back to Sudbeck right side. Drives underneath. Gives it to Miller. And we're going to get a foul called there. Or did Sudbeck get an offensive foul? I think that is what Lee Johnson is going to call. Yes, offensive foul on Sudbeck. As he threw the pass over to Mike Miller, he banged into Struckman underneath. So the first foul on T.J. Sudbeck. Colonels had a good 3-on-2 working there. Couldn't cash in. Now Watertown again going underneath the Feldheim. Fakes right, goes left. Miller gets a piece of it, hits the underside of the rim and comes out. They really want to get that fourth foul on Mike Miller, get him out of there early here in the fourth for a while and see if they can make some kind of a run. 41-22 game. Kuiper out on the left-hand wing for the Colonels. Cross court. Sudbeck almost too high. Sudbeck pulls it in. And a timeout going to be called here by Coach Gary Munson. See back in 30 seconds.
Expertise, compassion, and tough.
The Yankton Pier game, 29-26. Yankton leading by 3. They go into the fourth quarter. Colonels get it underneath. Mike Miller on the out-of-bounds play right there to put it in. That's an even 20 points now for Miller in the game.
Well, the set play the Colonels always use, have Miller come on the block, pass off the wing.
43-22. Now they go inside. Steiner backs right in on Miller. He's going to get the basket. He just had good position, and Miller had nowhere to go. And let him go to the basket. Full court pressure. Miller into the front court. Almost lost the dribble behind the back. And now they grab him on the arm out front. Remmers will pick up the foul, his second. Fourth team foul against Watertown. I'm a little surprised Yankton only up by 3. We talked about Pierre. 3 of their starters have been suspended from the team, and they're hanging right in there with Yankton. Colonels go to Yankton tomorrow night.
Another low-scoring game in the ESD.
Yep. There's Young, right-hand side. Bounce pass comes to Cogley. Now left-hand corner, Ernie Kuiper. Back out front, Miller in three-point land. Holding the ball, still holding the ball. Now drives, and as he goes inside the free throw line, we have a foul. And Miller will go to the free throw line here, I believe, for 2. Yep. Third foul going to be called on Tom Brewster. So the third Watertown player to pick up his third foul of the ball game. Mike Miller has had just the one free throw opportunity tonight, made that one, and now here's his second one in, and 21 points for him. Colonels are perfect 4 for 4 from the line. Ernie Kuiper had the other 2 free throws. Miller's second one is up and got that one as well. So Colonels with a 21-point lead with just over 5 minutes to go in the basketball game. They got out to a 16-2 lead, and it has not tightened up since that time back at the beginning of the game. Rusty Remmers out between the circles. Left-hand side is Steiner. Bounce pass comes down to Chad Rohde out front. Back left-hand side, Brewster, Young on him. Cross court, Remmers got to look at a 3. It's going to be short. Rebound, Miller goes up and pulls it down. Mitchell, of course, has had the big rebounding advantage all night. Miller out at the point. Now just backs off into the center jump circle. 4:40 to play. Bounce pass left side goes to Young on the wing. Cogley out front, back to Miller. Stepped inside the three-point line, but no shot there, and waits for help as Kuiper comes by. And again to Cogley left side. Now Sudbeck at the point. Colonels running the offense and running the offense with a big lead. Now Miller goes up the middle of the lane, hanging in the air, puts it up no good, gets his own rebound, scores again. 24 points for Miller. We have him unofficially 15 rebounds in the game for Mike Miller. And it may not be exactly right, but boy, she's got to be close. And now Steiner is going to be called for traveling as he went down low to work on Miller.
Well, Coach Thomas a little bit looking at the future. He's got 2 sophomores out there right now, and Tom Brewster and Vance Newman.
And a long pass down the floor, too high for Cogley. He's going to sail out of bounds. I'll tell you what, Watertown is going to be very good here.
Yes.
I mean, they have a lot of good young players. The sophomores that are up here, plus their regular sophomore team, I'm impressed with. They got a lot of size. They're going to have some players here in the next couple of years, no question. Tom Brewster, right-hand side with it for the Arrows now. One of those sophomores goes side of the lane, slips a pass inside, knocked away by Cogley, out of bounds with 3:47 to go. And now the Colonels are going to bring in one of their sophomores. This is Ryan Garrett, who, as we said, had 15 points in the JV game today. And Tony Young will come out and get a nice round of applause. A dozen points for Tony Young. 47-24 the score. Newman with it, out on the perimeter. The 6'6 sophomore to Brewster. Here's a 3 from the corner. Good. Nice high arching shot. Second three-pointer for Brewster in the ball game. 47-27. Full court zone press. Miller with Kuiper. Now pass to, and it's over the head of Garretts and out of bounds. Garretts was coming toward the ball. He kind of one of those situations where he got wrong-footed. Really wasn't a bad pass. It was the right way to go, but just sailed up high. Colonels have Matt Colhane, Garretts, Cogley, Miller, and Kuiper on the floor. Steiner out front. Drives up right side of the lane. Now kicks it back out for another 3. Copa bounces off the rim by Brewster. This one wouldn't go, and Cogley on the rebound. To Colhane, into the front court. Miller, down low. Garrett, side of the lane. The jumper's up and good. Ryan Garretts with a basket. His first of the night, 49-27, with under 3 minutes to go. Remmers, top of the circle. Right side, Brewster. Garrett's reaching in. They kind of collide over each other. Now the ball comes to Remmers. Fires the 3 from the corner. No good. Oh, look out. Here comes Miller. He's got Remmers with him. Goes up. Fouled as he went in. And that's what Miller was looking for all night. We didn't get to see what he had planned for us. Remmers got up and wasn't going to let him jam it in there, and picks up his third foul of the game. Miller will go to the line for a couple. 2:38 to play, and now here comes Kyle Music into the game, and Ernie Kuiper will go out. His last regular season home game on the Corn Palace floor as a senior for the girls. Kuiper with just 2 points tonight, a couple of free throws, but again, a good floor game. Miller's free throw misses this one, his first miss of the night. 24 points for him, and looks like Jordan Pitts is going to come in for Miller if he makes the second free throw, and it is good, and yep, that'll do it. 25 points for Mike Miller. Jordan Pitts comes in. 50-27, the Colonels. Right-hand side, Rhodey. Out front for Struckman. As the reserves are going to play this one out here at the Corn Palace. Pass down low. Steiner's got the position. As Pitts tried to front him, they threw the ball over the top. Steiner's got the lay-in. He's got 10 points now. Full court pressure. Garretts gets it up for Mitchell and leaves it for Music out front. To Jordan Pitts, left-hand side. Back out front, Culhane with it now, and on his right side. Here's Music, and he wants the timeout. This will be a short one. 2:03 to play in the game.
When having the funds you need will make all the difference in the world. Well, that's where life insurance is invaluable. And the professional...
Well, big factor of this game has been the rebounding. We have Miller finishing with 15 and Cogley with 9 rebounds. Pass underneath, and Jordan Pitts can't get the little turnaround to go. Rebound to Watertown. Cogley did not score tonight, which is unusual.
And Luke Mentel is in now for Cogley.
9 rebounds. Mentel, the senior. Music, the senior, getting some playing time. Steiner on the drive, and we're going to get a foul, and Pitts hits the floor hard. He looks like he's not feeling real good. And Steiner with the basket, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot as well. That's a dozen for Jesse. Now, Gary Thomas has had to be pretty quiet tonight, just kind of been sitting on the bench, leaning back this whole second half for one of those games, I guess. They've won 8 of their last 9. They've been playing very good, and tonight, a combination. Colonels played awfully good defense, but Watertown just came out shot horribly, and things have not improved a whole lot. In the backcourt for the Colonels, Luke Mentel gets it up to Music. He'll bring it up. Baseline, Pitts leaning in with a shot off the glass. Got the roll. Jordan Pitts has a basket. A minute and a half to go. Watertown hustling down the floor. Steiner underneath. Can't get the reverse layup. And then a foul. Steiner went over the back of Garretts. And we will go to the free throw line here for Ryan Garretts, the sophomore.
Colonels will travel to Yankton to play at the Summit Activity Center. That's a nice facility down there in Yankton tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, we'll have a double header of basketball. Tomorrow, Dakota Wesleyan plays in Sioux Center, Iowa at 2:30. So we'll be there to bring you that one. And then a very scenic, beautiful drive at this time of the year from Sioux Center over to Yankton for the game tomorrow night. 7:05 for our coverage. Garretts puts the free throw in. He's got 3 points tonight.
Now we wish Doug Martin the best of luck. They win that game. They're in the playoffs for sure.
That's right. And Dort is fighting for their life. So that's going to be a battle there. Garretts making both free throws. It's 54-32. Watertown with it. We're approaching a minute to go. Some of the fans starting to leave the Corn Palace here tonight. Long shot, Brewster, good for 2. Well, he had a couple of threes earlier. Said he's a good-looking sophomore. They got some awfully good young players on this Watertown team. And here's a steal by Brewster now away from Music. Feed to Struckman. Struckman drives, can't get the layup. Brewster on the foul will score. 10 points for Brewster off the bench tonight. 48 seconds to go. Backcourt, Mentel getting pinched in, gets it away. Pass into the front court. Here's Macheski from the free throw line. In and out. Pitts on the rebound. Nice job by Jordan Pitts. Matt Macheski in there for the Colonels. I did not see him check in a moment ago. Apologize for that. Pass in the lane, tipped away and picked up by Garretts. 26 seconds to go. 56-36 ball game. Music out front, right side. Mentel, bounce pass, Pitts, free throw line. Now left wing, Music. Starting a drive, can't go in. 15 seconds, out to Garretts it comes. Pass on the side, knocked away out of bounds. Good hustle by Vance Newman, the 6'6 sophomore. 11 seconds to go. The Colonels will throw it in from side court. Mitchell will go to 13-4 tonight with 2 games to play. Watertown will fall to 11-5. They're in that battle with Brookings. They were hoping to win tonight and have Brandon beat Brookings. And here's Pitts with another basket inside. Brandon is beating Brookings, and we'll get you a final score on that here before we leave. Seconds winding down. Shot at the buzzer won't go. Never really got close after that. After a 14-2 lead at the end of one quarter, 21-8 at halftime. It